Mize, NFL football finally here, and the New Orleans Saints. Oh, that was a barn burner. Had a lot of people nervous all across the great state of Louisiana, but the Saints pulled it out. Big gutsy win, 27-26 over division rival Atlanta Falcons. Great start for the New Orleans Saints, obviously, with new head coach Dennis Allen, Jameis Winston. You got Michael Thomas back, Jarvis Landry arriving, Chris Olave, a whole new cast of characters, strong start. And I want your opinions on this specifically, Mize. But before I hand it off to you, Saints fans, we want to hear from you. Give us your player of the game from this exciting Week 1 victory. But Mize, what are your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, Nick, before we get there, I would say my MVP for the game definitely can't guard Mike. Michael Thomas comes back early. First game back, 2 crucial big-time scores, shows the player that he is. It looks like he's back to his usual self, so big game for Michael Thomas. Big game for the Saints. A lot of big plays came out. The Saints, the Falcons were running it all over them early. The Falcons' defense was getting a lot of pressure on Jameis Winston. It looked a little bit ugly early on, but the Saints settled in. Jameis Winston got his feet back under him, and they start charging back through the air. Jarvis Landry, huge game, had 114 yards on 7 catches. Michael Thomas, 5 catches, 57 yards, 2 scores. And then Chris Olave, 3 catches for 41 yards, and he caught a crucial 2-point conversion. Big game for the Saints through the air. Rushing, Taysom Hill had a couple of really, really nice wildcat runs, and I think that was the first offensive spark that the Saints had of the game. They looked a little bit flat early on. Then Taysom Hill lines up in the wildcat twice, and runs 4 carries, 81 yards, and he even took one in for a touchdown. So that was the first spark to get the Saints back in the game. So it just proves that it is worth for Taysom Hill to be around this team. But other than that, Nick, crazy game, like you said. It was really exciting to watch. Favorite part at the end, Saints able to block the 63-yard game-winning field goal that the Falcons set up to take after, I'd say, somewhat questionable penalty that set the Falcons up for that last-second kick. But what do you think about the game?
So here's what I really love about this. This is 100% Jameis Winston taking control of a game late and winning it, because that's what you need. If you're going to be a contender in the NFL, you need a quarterback that'll pull your toes out of the fire sometimes. I think what were the Saints down 16, 26-10 with like 12 and a half minutes to go, right? It was obviously not looking good at all. And then to go scoring drive, touchdown, field goal to essentially win the game. Putting it all on your shoulders at the quarterback position and handling it and coming up clutch. That's how you win and be a contender in the NFL, is having that clutch factor, because sometimes it's just not your day, but you're still able to pull it out. And that's exactly what Jameis Winston did. And if I'm a Saints fan, I'm extremely excited by this performance and certainly this outcome.
Yeah, no, I saw Jameis a couple times on the sidelines after maybe some miscues that he had or things like that. And he just looked not only like upset, like, dang, I made a mistake, but he looked ready to get back out on the field. He never really looked too caught up. He was able to go on to the next play. And I think that's a big thing. Early on, if you're having a tough game, first game of the season, hard to get back in the mix. But he was able, even if he made a mistake, to get right back into the game, next play mentality, and keep the Saints alive throughout the game. And I really think the Saints offensive coordinator and head coach, Dennis Allen, made a lot of good calls. He called a pretty good game, was able to bring it back there at the end. I like how Jarvis Landry, a new face to the team, was involved very early and very often. He seems like he's truly back at home in New Orleans, so I'm sure New Orleans fans are happy that the LSU guy is back in New Orleans. But Nick, what did you think about the Saints' defense this game?
So it was a lot of bend but don't break. I think they gave up too much yards on the ground. Cordell Patterson's a beast, and Mariota can make some plays with his legs. So there is that threat there that Atlanta does bring. But I expected a little more out of the Saints defense, but I'll give them credit. While they gave up a lot of yards, they kept themselves in the game by forcing field goals. And of course, that big turnover by Tyrann Mathieu, I know you and I were talking about that live when it was going on. That was a real kind of momentum shifter. So I really think the Saints defense, they need, there's some things they need to clean up, definitely. But I really like the fact that when push came to shove in the red zone and in key situations, they made the plays. And that along with good quarterback play, clutch quarterback play and clutch defensive play, that's what wins you games in the NFL. And so credit to the New Orleans Saints for when it mattered most to make the plays on the defensive side of the ball that they needed to make.